Hey everyone, welcome back to Micro Adventures in Mexico. Ellie and Josiah here. We are going to take you through a full body workout. If you are new to our classes, thank you so much for being here. As always, whether you've taken 100 of our classes or this is your very first one, oh, the roosters are saying good morning. Please listen to your body, take any options you need, and let's get things going. We will be on one white spring. If you don't have the white spring, one black will work. And if at any point you need a little extra stability, one black would be my suggestion. Let's get it going. One white or one black, we're gonna begin in a reverse floor wheelbarrow. So a little bit of cushion at the front of your machine on the floor. Knees are gonna be on the floor. Hands are gonna be on your carriage. There we go. So this is a more challenging setup for wheelbarrow. So just pause here for a moment. Shoulders, hips, knees, nice long line. Go ahead and point your thumbs forward, wrap your knuckles towards the floor and push down through the heels of the hands. So space between your shoulder blades slightly pushes up. So push into my hand a little bit there, Josiah. There we go. Neck is aligned with the rest of the spine. Knit your ribs together. We'll slowly start to send the carriage out. And then we'll resist right back in. Ugh, the talon is already complaining in the first move that there is a bug on him. So,
I don't get paid enough for this.
Squeeze your glutes, slightly tuck your hips under. You want to feel the tension in your abs and think about your lats as well. So when you slide the hands back towards you, you're using your abs and your lats to draw the carriage in. And I want you to go even slower than Josiah. Don't worry too much about extension. Range of motion doesn't matter that much, especially if you send it out too far and end up creating sway in your lower back. In fact, that's exactly what we want to avoid. Now, this option to place the knees on the floor makes this wheelbarrow a little bit more intense. So if it's too intense, knees on top of the front platform is a really great option. Good. We're going to go 10 seconds here. And then our feet are going to replace our knees on the floor. We're going to find a reverse floor plank in 3, 2, and 1. So toes replace your knees. Good. From here, we're in this nice strong plank position. Josiah, you're going to want to walk your feet forward to where your knees were. Yep, there you go. From here, we're going to go reverse bear. So bend through the knees, scoop through the low belly, hips are staying level with the shoulders. Once the knees are in the hips, step both feet up to your front platform, and then lengthen it out for your full plank. So we're gonna turn this right away into a bear crawl. Bend through the knees. Once the knees are underneath the hips, keep the hips nice and steady. Step both feet to the floor, so you're in full plank, and then step both feet up to the platform, and then lengthen back out. So every time the knees rest under the hips, you're just stepping the feet down to the floor, back to the platform. Good. Focus on the control through your core and really focus on this length through the spine. Okay, now a really great option if this gets to be a little too intense, we can go right back into our wheelbarrow. Great job here, Josiah. All right, we got one more move for the core and the upper body to get things going. You've got 10 seconds here. You are welcome to hit some reverse push-ups on your toes or on your knees, or the other option for you would be a spoon, which I will show you in 4. Let's go push-ups, or we go spoon in 3, 2, and 1. So you can get right away into push-ups, or you can check the screen for spoon. Hands to the high handlebars, thumbs pointing forward. You're gonna push down through the hands so the shoulders are out of the ears, right? We don't wanna see this, right? So push down, upper body is working hard here, and then you're gonna scoop through the belly, and you're gonna lift the hips up and back, right? Just using the strength of the core, and then you're gonna allow the feet to slide forward. Hips are gonna come level with your wrists. So exhale, squeeze, draw the hips up and back, and then resist. And what we wanna be really mindful of is that the shoulders don't start to creep up towards the ears. So really push down strong through the arms. Keep going. Alternatively, you could be right here in push-ups. Okay, spoon on the micro is a kind of weird setup. Wherever you're at, we're gonna be there 15 more seconds. We are headed to some inner thigh squats. I will be right foot front platform, left foot carriage, and these are gonna be some special squats. In 5, inner thigh squats, stand it up. In 4, 3, 2, 1. So bring your right foot to the front platform, left foot to the carriage, a little bit of space in between. From here, We're gonna sit down into a squat, and as we sit into a squat, I want you to take your arms into a box position, right? So palms facing in towards one another, weights even in both feet. Your hips are sitting down and back. Knit the ribs together, so close the rib cage. From here, you are gonna keep the weight even in both feet. You're gonna slide the carriage open. As you open the arms, check in with your core. Your ribs aren't flaring open. Squeeze, use your inner thighs, pull everything back in through center. Good. Slowly lift it up. You're gonna lower the arms so they're down beside you as the legs get straight. And then it's inner thighs. So straight legs, you're gonna sweep the arms overhead. Again, keep the ribs knitted together. The core is really strong. Slowly bring it back in. So we're gonna alternate those two moves, right? Sit down through the hips, arms come to that box position. Core is tight, weights in the heels. Slowly slide it open, open up through your chest. Slowly bring it back in. And then drive through the heels, arms get straighter, legs get straighter, and then standing inner thighs up top. Okay, so that is our variation. We're gonna keep alternating between those two moves. And listen, if you're not getting the arms, no big deal. But what I do want you to get is a little bit of an opening through the chest, right? We just did all this plank work. So think about it when you sit down into your squat, right? There's this hinge at the hips. So we are slightly tilted forward here. And we want to make sure that the ribs are staying knitted together. So as you open the arms at the bottom of your squat, what we don't want to see is the ribs pop out or the low back start to sway. In 4, we're gonna stay in our squat and hold in 3, 2, bring it down into the squat, hold. From here, bring your arms together. If you can seal up the elbows to touch, even better. Sit the weight back into the glutes. We're just gonna give a little pulse of the arms up, and then we're gonna pulse the hips down and up. So arms pulse up, down, hips, down, up, down, up. So just keep alternating the arms and the hips. Nice work getting those forearms so close together, Josiah. And this should start to burn a little bit through the shoulders and definitely in the glutes. We've got 15 seconds, weights even in both feet. Seal down the outer edges of your feet, knees aren't knocking in. Curtsy lunge is on deck. You will step your right foot forward to the floor. Left toes will stay on the carriage, quarter turn to the right in 3, 2, and 1. So step it forward. Right foot's on the floor next to your front platform. Left toes cross behind you. Perfect, Josiah. Start to bend through your right knee. Little bit of a hinge forward from the hips. Lower down into your squat. Hold. Pause right here. Look at your right knee. Make sure it's stacked over the heel. Now push down through your right heel. Slowly rise up. I want you to use the back line of your right leg to lift. Okay, so this curtsy lunge gives us a little bit of a cross of our legs here, which means you're gonna target the upper outer corner of the right glute rather than just the base of the glute. So that being said, for some of us, this might feel a little sticky in your lower back, your hips, or your knees. If that is the case, you are simply going to start to cheat your body out away from the machine a little more, making everything more square. Good. On this next curtsy lunge, we're gonna bring it on down and we're gonna hold at the bottom. In 3, 2, bring it on down, hold. From here, I want a Shiva kick. So you're gonna squeeze your left knee behind your right knee, squeeze your inner thighs. Perfect, Josiah. Slowly lengthen back out. And then drive through your right heel, slowly lift out of the lunge. Keep a micro bend in your knee at the top. Good. Now, every time you come down to the bottom of your curtsy lunge, you're gonna layer in one of those Shiva kicks. Oh, the birds are singing this little song. Not sure if you can hear them. Hopefully you've got some tunes blasting, friends. Good. So one Shiva kick at the bottom of each curtsy lunge here, right? And it's really just like a carriage kick, but I call it a Shiva kick because it's similar to a move we do in yoga where you squeeze through the inner thighs and draw one knee behind the other. Awesome work. We're gonna go 15 seconds in this variation. Here's the deal, team. We're gonna hit one more move to specifically burn out your right leg. So make your time here count. In 4, hold your lunge. In 3, 2, Hold your lunge, check in, right knee over right heel, drive your right heel into the floor, stay low, freeze your right leg. Let's go Shiva kicks, left knee behind right. Good, you've got 20 seconds in these kicks, shoulders out of the ears, chin off the chest, core engaged, maybe a slight hinge forward. 10 seconds, team. I need a really fast transition. We're going bungee kicks. Bungee around the arch of your right foot, weight behind the knee, or you're using gravity. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's get down on all fours. Right heel is gonna lift towards the sky. So when we get into bungee, just go ahead and use gravity. Come down. I already told you the bungee setup was too short for you. We're going bungee kicks. So hips and shoulders square. Foot is flexed, right heel is pushing up towards the sky, 2 counts. So a little lift, lift, and lower, lower. So, for example, if you don't have the bungee or the bungee is too much, Josiah is working without the bungee because you should be able to get a lot out of just using gravity and squeezing your glute. And sometimes it might even be more intense than using the bungee. So pick your poison. You can also always put on an ankle weight or a weight behind your knee if you need a little more resistance. Another option is a band around the thighs. So whatever you're working with, I want you to squeeze where your hamstring meets your glute. You're lifting up, up, resisting, down, down. Check in with your core, right? Abs are tight. Check in with the shoulders, slide them down away from the ears. In 4, lift, hold. In 3, 2, lift it up, hold. Now I want you to squeeze your heel in closer towards your glute, like a little mini hamstring curl, and then pulse your heel towards the sky. Squeeze it in, pulse up. Squeeze in, pulse up. We're squeezing in, pulsing up. You're layering in tension with each squeeze in, each pulse up. Little squeeze in, pulse up. Keep it going. Build on what you are creating. That burn in the backside of the leg. In 4, hold it in. In 3, 2, hold that squeeze in. Give me a little pulse up. Little pulse up. 1 count. Little push up. Imagine making an impression of your foot up on the ceiling. Little pulse, little pulse, little pulse. 15 seconds, friends. We're gonna stand up, left foot front platform, right foot carriage. We're going inner thigh squats in 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake off that bungee. Left foot on the front platform, right foot on the carriage. Feet about hip distance apart. Weights even in both feet. Same move as before. So we're gonna sit back through the hips. As we do so, we're gonna find those box arms. Check in that your ribs are knitted towards one another. Good. Keep the weight even in both feet. We're gonna slide the carriage out. We're gonna open through the arms. Shoulders relaxed. Squeeze the arms together. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. Drive through the heels, slowly lift it up. And then it's standing inner thighs. So straightish legs, straightish arms, all the way out. Focus on your posture, length through the spine. Zip up through the thighs, grow taller through the crown of the head on the way in. Good, sit back. We find those box arms. We find the open. Awesome, find the squeeze. So, this move is really great for getting some broadness across our chest, right? Given that when we do all of this plank work, right, we get a lot of work for our chest, and we typically have those muscles engaged versus ever stretching. It's also adding a little extra element of challenge for your core, right? Because your core really has to stay engaged to open the chest here. Nice work, friends. Let's go 15 seconds like this. Check in that the knees aren't knocking in towards one another. Right, seal down the outer edges of your feet. And then make sure the body weight is staying even in both feet. I know we're doing 2 sets of this, but you want both legs working evenly. Good. We're gonna find inner thighs. We're gonna take it out halfway here and hold. So we're just gonna take it out halfway, hold. We're gonna extend the arms out to shoulder height. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Grow taller through the crown of the head. Knit the ribs together. Feel the inner lining of your thighs. We're gonna go arm circles forward. Tiny little circles, tiny little circles. Reach out through your fingertips. Flex the muscles in your arms. Little circles for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pause. Take those circles back, 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 back. You're only at your halfway point with the legs, so weight's still even in both feet, inner thighs still working. You're here 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze it all the way in, send it back out. 10 seconds to curtsy lunge, left side. You will step forward to the floor, quarter turn to the left, left foot next to the front platform. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go curtsy lunge. So left foot beside your front platform, right toes are gonna tuck behind you to the carriage. So you've got a little bit of this like twist through the hips here. Awesome, very nice, Josiah. Drive through the left heel slowly and with control, lift it up. Good, so remember what I said, if you're feeling anything kind of funky in the low back, the hips, the knees, just start to kind of turn your body, cheat your body away from the machine, right? And if that's not working, another option would be to do a regular floor lunge, which means your left foot's on the other side of the front platform, okay? So I know for a lot of us, you have experience in studio on a Microformer, you know your body, you know these moves, right? So empower yourself to take the options that you know you can take, right? There's always an option that's gonna work for you in any given moment. And when all else fails, right, just keep the muscles active that you are working on. So right now the focus is the left leg. Bring it on down on this next one. We're gonna hold. From here, check in left knee over left heel, freeze your left leg. Right knee is gonna slide in behind the left, little Shiva kick here. Squeeze your inner thighs, lengthen out through that back leg. Good, drive through left heel slowly and with control, lift up. Try not to lock out your knee at the top here. And then I really like to get a nice hinge forward from my hips as I come down into this lunge. So make sure your core stays tight, right? And what that does when we hinge from the hips, it's gonna lengthen out through the lower back. It takes the pressure out of the lower lumbar, and it's gonna put a little bit more work into your left leg, and it's gonna force your core to work a little bit more, right? So anytime we tip forward from our hips in this position, your core fires up. Think about it when you're in a plank, right? Your abs start to work to hold your lower back up. That's just how the body works. It's amazing. All right, friends, in 4, we're gonna take it down. We're gonna find our hold in 3, 2, take it on down, hold. Let's just go Shiva kicks. You've got 20 seconds in these kicks. Push down through the left heel. Check in your left knee is over the ankle. Maybe you can drop it down half an inch lower. Focus on the squeeze of your inner thighs. Bungee is on deck to finish out our leg work. Let's get there quickly. No time to waste. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's party, friends. Left heel to the sky. We're going bungee kicks. So on all fours, right, you can set up on your hands. Left foot is flexed. We're going up, 2, down, 2. So lots of options about where you set up. If you need more resistance on the bungee, you're gonna walk your body forward towards the back of the machine. And I typically will set up with my hands on the floor, right? Josiah has an option to place your hands on the carriage. You can also do this on the forearms, right? So that's a really nice option if you're feeling any swaying, any pressure in the low back. When you come to the forearms, it gives you a little bit more support for your lower back. That being said, I want the front of your left hip crease wrapping down towards the floor so the hips stay nice and squared here. The shoulders stay super square. Core is really strong. Good. And we're squeezing that heel in towards the glute and pushing that foot straight up towards the sky. In 4, we're gonna lift and hold in 3, 2, lift it up right here, hold. Now give me a squeeze of the heel in like a little hamstring curl and a push of the foot up. So a little squeeze in towards the glute, press up. Pulse in, press up. Pulse in, press up. Right now is not the time to take a break. Right now is not the time to shake it out, right? We're really, really close to being done with legs, so squeeze. You worked really hard to create this sensation in your body. Push it a little bit further, right? Through the struggle comes the strength on the other side. In 4, hold it in. In 3, 2, hold it in, just kick it up, just kick it up. Tiny little kicks. Recommit to your core. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Kick, kick, squeeze your glute. Right where the hamstring meets your glute, that smile line on your booty. You've got 10 seconds to go. We're gonna get into a floor super crunch. In 5, we're having a seat in front of your front platform. In 4, in 3, 2, and 1, shake off that bungee. Have a seat in front of your front platform. Heels are gonna be on your carriage. You can start with your hands on your high handlebars for a little bit of support. Chest is lifted, core is on. You're gonna send the legs out in front of you as you hinge back through the upper body, and then you're gonna bend through the knees. You're gonna draw your heart space forward, like there's a string attached to your sternum, right? So option 1, hands on the handlebars or hands behind the thighs for a little support. Okay, option 2, you're gonna float the arms, right? Option 3, if we're looking for a little bit more, arms can be up above your head as you do this. Good. And then another option for you, just in case you like to mix it up, you could always float one leg, right? So we can push out with one leg at a time, and we can just switch off with the feet. So think about this position kind of like a boat pose in yoga, right? We're keeping this lift of the heart, but we've got this tip back so the feet are pretty light here, and you're really squeezing through your core. Squeeze your glutes so you're not feeling this in your hip flexors. You've got 15 seconds to go here. We are getting into our finisher next. Final move is on deck, team. You've got 10, 9, 8. We're gonna get into a reverse plank in 4, in 3, 2, and 1. So hands to the carriage, toes to your front platform. From here in this nice strong reverse plank, we're gonna go one bear. So bend through the knees. Once the knees are underneath your hips, you're gonna lift your hips up an inch, back down an inch. I want you to squeeze deep and low in your belly. You're in this variation for 4, for 3, 2, 1. Lengthen back out, full plank. Good. Bend through your knees, listen up. This time, once the knees are under the hips, we're gonna pick up the right heel, kick it towards the sky. Keep your hips level, low back strong. Left heel up towards the sky. Good. Couple more each side. Think about this just like the bungee kicks we just did. Good. Lengthen back out, full plank position here. Awesome. Now here's the deal. Final one. Bend through the knees. Once the knees are under the hips, you're either doing those little hip lifts or you're doing those donkey kicks. So wherever you feel challenged, wherever you feel strong in your body, wherever you want to finish this workout today, that's where I want you. Final 10, 9, keep pulsing or keep kicking. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit your hips to your heels, child's pose, you are done. Find a stretch here, lengthen through the spine, forehead down to the machine, or maybe you're on the mat beside your machine. Just take a nice full body deep breath in. Full body deep breath out. Good, let's slowly make our way up to seated. Right, turn to face us. Make sure to take some time, stretch things out, put on a little quick stretch class, recover your body. Let's take 2 deep breaths. So inhale, circle sweep, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, hands home to heart. One more time, deep breath in all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Awesome, awesome job, friends. Thank you so, so much for working out with us. Have an amazing rest of your day and tell your friends about Micro Adventures. Kiss your puppies.